Let's prepare our pH meter. Make sure you grab the pH meter itself, the probe, and the cord that attaches the two. As always, check that none of your materials are broken. To start, simply attach the probe to the meter with the cord and turn it on. Then make sure to click the LabQuest app and your meter is then ready to go. Make sure you're using the 2-point calibration method when we test our two buffers. The buffers in question will be pH 7 and pH 4. pH 4 is used for acidic solutions. Take the electrode out of the storage and rinse it with distilled water over a waste beaker. Then place the probe into the pH 7 buffer, press sensors, and then calibrate. Type in 7, corresponding with the pH, and then press keep. You then need to remove the probe, rinse again with distilled water, and repeat the exact same process for pH 4. Take the probe out, rinse it another time before you place it into the storage. Leave the probe in the storage until you're done recording your data. Make sure the data is recorded to all significant figures and labeled based on the solutions. Buffers are just solutions that tend to either not change in pH at all or change very little when they're exposed to another solution. They tend to be very resistant and neutralizing towards acids. Overall, they tend to stay at the same pH throughout the whole experiment and can be used similarly to a blank in a spectrophotometer. To test the unknown pH of the next two solutions, you should repeat similar steps to before. Take your probe out of the storage, rinse with distilled water, and then place it into one solution until the pH seems to be balanced. Then, take it out, rinse, and do the same for the next solution. Once again, make sure you record your results you get and label them. As seen on the charts, the pH for orange juice and apple juice, which were our unknowns, were written down. Strong acids can typically be identified based on what species it is that dissociates completely to form ions. These are also irreversible as opposed to the weak acids, which are both reversible and partially dissociated. Specifically, in a strong acid, all of the hydrogen cations are released within the complete dissociation in water. This leaves a solution with a low pH and a high hydrogen cation concentration. In a weak acid, the hydrogen cations are released, but only through partial dissociation, and it leaves them with a bit lower of a concentration than the strong acid would have, and a more neutral pH rather than just a low one. Stronger acids have an easier time reaching equilibrium since they completely dissociate. These acids cannot be reversed, so they can only go one way and do not need many complicated steps to reach equilibrium. Since weak acids only partially dissociate, the forward and reverse actions must both line up to reach the equilibrium. If you wanted to minimize the dissociation, then you could just add a buffer or increase the amount of buffer in the solution. Once you are done, make sure your meter is turned off and the probe is rinsed and put back into the storage and the cap is screwed on it. Then disconnect the probe from the wire and take it back to its designated area. Then do the same for the meter, disconnect the cord, and take the meter back to its place. Make sure to plug it back in if that was how you found it.